One. What's up, everybody? Welcome to What the Funcast, episode 124. Yes, we're here, 124 episodes in. I'm Paul, and joining me is Ahmed. Hello, Ahmed. How are you?
Great. I'm so glad you have me on the show, and I just realized that the stream has the episode number incorrect. I love that. I'll fix it.
No.
Otherwise, I'm doing great.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yes. I was like, I knew I'm missing something. I know I'm forgetting something. I don't know what it is.
Carla called it out, too?
It's all good. Anyway.
Y'all's background said 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it goes. Boom!
It's fixed.
Yes, today is August 24th, which is ridiculous. Hey, 124 on 24.
Wow, look at us. We planned that. 124 episodes ago, we were like, we should do this. 124th episode on August 24th. That'll be fun.
The only way to celebrate is with Mr. Cooper himself.
Little baby.
Tell them what you did, Cooper. What'd you do? Did you poop in your cage? Yeah, you did. Okay. I think he has, so it's funny. Well, not really funny. It's sad. But when we first met him at the shelter, he, pooped. Oh, he's sniffing the microphone. Go ahead. Get it.
What do you have to say?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Say it right here. What do you got to say? He just tapped it. He's like, tap. Yes, hello. When we saw him at the shelter, he, had just pooped and, stepped right in it. And we're like, oh, no. And she's like, he just had an accident. And then I'm thinking that this is, a chronic thing. He's, the pooper himself.
Loves to step in his own poop just for fun?
Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, no. So he, the couple times we've left him alone, put him in the crate, he just, we give him enough space that he's got a little pad for still training him. And he just pooped in his crate tonight. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bud?
Did he... Wait. So you leave him in the crate when you leave, right?
Yeah, and we put him in the crate when we go to sleep. So there's only 2 times he goes in the crate.
The pads are in the crate? Did he poop on the pad?
Yeah, because he did poop on the pad.
Okay.
But then, he was freaking out, so he's jumping around. So, the poop moved. So, yeah, anyway.
Poops
so he's
on
a
the
baby.
move.
Poops on the move? He's a baby. He doesn't know any better. So
Truly
that's
doesn't.
He's really good when he's not in the cage. And he pees and poops outside.
That's good.
And then when he doesn't, he goes on the little training pad. So we're working there. It's a work in progress.
There you go. That's good. That's better than...
It's funny because, the people I talk to, it's a mix-up. It's you have some people that are like, oh, well, I know better than you. And I'm like, okay, relax. He is my child. So just let me be with child.
Let me be with child. Oh, my God.
He is, he, looks all cute, but I think he's trying to bite on the cord on my headset. So we really love that.
He's so...
This dog.
I love him.
Yeah, he's the best. He's a terror, right, bud? So he got all washed up.
Look at those little innocent eyes. Not Mpreg. No. Carla, that's canceled. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that right there.
Without further discussion. Anyways, besides Cooper, what else has been keeping you busy?
It's funny. I was looking at last week's what I've been doing, and I put Cooper, dishwashers, etc. And literally it's the same shit. The dishwasher. Let me tell you. Let me use this platform. Best Buy appliances, their delivery and installation sucks, and I'm gonna die on that hill. They came oh, we can't get it off. What are you doing, bud? We can't get the existing dishwasher out. We'll send somebody else out. And I'm like, okay, great. And then Best Buy calls and they mess it all up. And I was literally supposed to have it done before the end of the week. Best Buy, I had to call them 4 times and they opened up all these tickets. Anyway, I'm not going to draw on anything, but they're coming tomorrow to supposedly pull it out. And I don't believe it's going to happen. But they have to saw off the little feet on the dishwasher, all this bullshit. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But I'll believe it when I see it.
Yikes.
So... Anyway, so we've been without a dishwasher for a week, which is a total first world problems because, dishwashers are not a necessity. So, we've been washing plates.
I've never I've never lived with a dishwasher in my entire 29 years, almost 30 years of existence. And
it's a blessing. It's a blessing. We've been fine. It's just a blessing. So,
yes.
Anyway, needless to say, hopefully tomorrow the dishwasher will get pulled out. And then when I was talking to the person from Best Buy, they were like, oh, well, okay, so you have the, removal on the 25th and then the installation on the 26th. I was like, you really couldn't get on the same goddamn day? And they're like, no, it's going to be in 2 different days. I'm like, oh, okay, wonderful, great. So it's just a source of frustration. But that's okay.
Fingers crossed that it actually works out. Yeah.
Everything will be good. And Cooper's been great. We've only had him for a little over a week, and he's getting bigger every day, and his teeth are stronger, and, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to enjoy the puppy phase because he's going to grow out of that in 2 minutes.
He literally has like gotten bigger. He's like his teeth are bigger. Yeah, all that stuff.
Anyways, I guess I gotta come visit before he becomes old.
Yeah, he's gonna be old soon enough. All right, we're gonna put Cooper
Just
down because
years.
running with the theme of yesterday, I still have not eaten dinner, so I'm gonna like pause myself as we're talking and eat my. Well, so here I'll put my dinner on display.
Ooh.
I had a cauliflower crust pizza yesterday, so today is the comparison. So Kirkland Costco makes a cauliflower crust pizza that's like similar in points to the ones that we usually get. So we're trying out this one this time.
Ooh.
So we're gonna see which one's better. Anyway, yeah. So this is just gonna be a shit cast, is what today's gonna be.
We have a lot of legitimate good news to talk about this week too.
We do. No. This is gonna be me just shitting on everything.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Lauren's over here dancing and playing with Cooper. So
as she should be.
I said as you should be. Dancing with Cooper. So anyway, all right. What have I been doing? So I played the WarioWare Get It Together demo.
Get It Together
on stream on Thursday. That game's a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that to come out. That comes out in September on the 10th, I believe. And then I played some Tetris. I talked about the dishwasher already. Talked about Cooper already. Over the weekend, I played Diablo 2 Resurrected, the open beta that they had with Logan, and that was pretty cool. Like you can actually hit like. I forget what button combination it was. It was like right stick and the back button or something. And it like shifts it over to like the old style of what it used to look like when Logan and I played.
Oh, so it's like a similar like toggle like the Halo 1 or like Halo ODST whatever.
Right.
Has that toggle, yeah. Nice.
Yes. So like Halo 1 or Halo Combat Evolved does.
Sorry, Combat Evolved, not ODST. My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool, and I mean, it looks great. It's a game that, like, in this day and age, I don't know if I can get into anymore. I just don't have the time to like put into it to like play. It's a fun RPG, but I just have so little time to play games as it is.
Yes.
So I'm watching Cooper attempt to jump over this gate, and once he jumps over this gate, like my life is ruined. Like it's the only thing I have him separating from the rooms. It's like every day that goes by, he does something new. Like today, he's jumping on the couch. This man has not jumped on the couch. All of a sudden, now we're jumping on the couch. Like all of a sudden, he's to overcome his fear. His legs got longer. Both. I don't know.
It's been literally a week.
It's literally been a week.
Oh my God.
So he viciously pulled off my sock. Like he's becoming a demon. Relax, Cooper. But no, it's okay. He is such a cutie, and he cuddles up, and he's a very cute dog. Anyway, adorable. We played Diablo 2 Resurrected. We played Splitgate, which is a free-to-play shooter, which is, like, if you were to tell me that this was made by the people that made Halo, I'd be like, yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was. It plays exactly like Halo. It's actually a lot of fun, and I booted up the other night to, like, play it for fun, and we'll have to try it out. I had a good time with it.
Is Cooper crying in the background?
He is crying in the background.
I just hear squeaking.
What's going on, bud?
What's going on?
Are you squeaking, bud? Here, let me get you a toy. Hold on, I gotta get him a toy. He's like, what I've learned with puppies is, like, they have, like, the shortest attention span. Like, he'll be crying, and then I'll throw a ball, and he's like, ball, runs. And then, so, yeah, but there's some points, like, where he's like, oh, I don't want my chew toys anymore, and just, like, chews on my toe, and I'm like, whatever. If this keeps you occupied for, like, 5 minutes, I'm fine with it.
Right, like, I'll live. It's okay.
Right.
Until he starts,
I'll grow another toe.
Yeah. I'll grow another toe. I was going to say, like, until he draws blood, like, it's fine.
If he draws blood, then that's a problem. But, no, he's been great, and he's getting more and more behaved. And, like, when it comes to... as he bites on my toes. When it comes to shelter dogs, right, like, there's a... like, someone in the neighborhood was like, oh, my gosh, he's so behaved for, like, a shelter dog because they just, play with other dogs and they pick up bad habits, and even as a puppy. So we got super lucky with him, and even if he's trying to eat my toes as we speak,
there's worse problems you could have.
Yeah, like he's been great. Like he sleeps through the night. He he's really good with being quiet. So it's been working out really well. And there's some shortcomings, like our little poop episode tonight, but that's okay. We'll work through it. So
we'll work through it. Look at you coming into your fatherhood.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's like what I've learned
just a free preview. Not a free preview. It's
really
a very expensive preview, but
yeah, no, it's a very expensive preview.
It's still a preview.
I'll tell you what, though, talking about free and expensive, not that we got enough shit to talk about, but Petco, talk about a ripoff. So why are you crying, bud? You want to talk to Ahmed? He's like, who's Ahmed?
He's like,
I met this man once. But yeah, so like talk about a ripoff. We went to Petco and got like a bunch of stuff or whatever. And we grabbed a harness that literally said $20 on the rack. I guess it was on the wrong rack. That shit was $50 for a harness. I'm like, hello. Anyway, so yeah,
that like he's probably gonna grow out of, or does it expand?
He's gonna instantly grow out of. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah. So anyway,
Nice.
we were like kind of rushing a little bit when I grabbed it and like I saw the shelf tag, didn't notice it, and then I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. And then like I looked at the receipt, I'm like, hold up, this is going straight back. So
Yikes.
yeah. Anyway, so if you're getting a dog or a cat or an animal, don't let Petco take advantage of you. Well, I never retweeted the episode. Oh,
Noted.
I'm a failure.
Oh, same. I didn't do that either. I should. I'll do it after.
I said, what the shit cast. Okay, go ahead. What have you been doing?
I've been doing a bunch of stuff. I paid for a movie this week because I already exhausted my 3 allotted A-list movies for the week.
Wow.
Which is the first time I've ever done that, like, since getting A-list. So I'm serious about like finally getting through my list of movies because it's gotten insane. And I've realized that there's just an avalanche of movies and an avalanche of games, too, coming out in the next few weeks.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So I'm just like, I gotta start now. I still haven't seen The Suicide Squad. You haven't either. I know we have to. Whoever's in the chat that's gonna yell at us, I'm sorry for, like, being an adult. I don't know. Pay my bills and maybe I'll talk. But it's also no longer available in Dolby and IMAX. So, like, I have to watch it at home now before it leaves HBO Max, which is unfortunate. I want to see it in a theater, but it's okay. But besides that, I saw The Green Knight. So I did a double feature on Sunday during the hurricane. It didn't hit New York too badly. It was just rainy. So I was like, what better day than like a rainy day to go to the movie theater? So went and saw The Green Knight and Free Guy back to back. The Green Knight was a very film. It was a movie that I saw with my eyes.
Wow, a very film.
Like it's not for me. It's very weird.
What kind of movie is it?
I don't know what kind of movie it is. It's billed as an adventure movie, and like I guess that's kind of true. It's like a hero's journey kind of thing. It's based off of this poem, like this Arthurian, like King Arthur legend, but it's not about King Arthur. It's about this guy named Sir Gawain. Gawain? I don't know how to pronounce it. Gowain. It's like Old English. But it's based off of this poem of this guy that like battles the Green Knight, who is like literally a tree, and then a year later he has to go and like battle him again for like redemption. I don't know. It's like some weird game. So it's kind of like a journey. Like it doesn't not make sense, but it also was just like, I never read the poem. I'm not an English major. I don't know what's going on. So like, it kind of, a lot of parts just like washed over me that were supposed to like, I'm assuming referencing specific like trials or whatever that happened in the poem, but it was interesting. I don't know. If you're an English major and you're a fan of Arthurian legend stuff, then go ahead. It was pretty. It was fun to like look at, but
So it's interesting that you say that because I think I saw a poster or something. I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. And like now that you're explaining this, I'm like, yeah, right. I'm good with not doing that.
They really pull you in. They're like, oh, it's like an adventure movie, and you think it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe akin to like Lord of the Rings in terms of like that kind of movie. But like it was very artsy kind of.
Yeah, I can see this being like shown on a projector in a field on like Cook Douglas campus.
In a field. Yeah, something
like an outside movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very, very art house kind of. I mean, it's an A24 movie, so it's kind of to be expected. But yeah, very interesting film. Besides that, Free Guy was like the complete opposite, like complete nonsense, like mainstream, like specifically made to cater to an audience of like, you know, children basically. But it was good. It was enjoyable. It's like a cross between the Lego Movie and Elf. In terms of like, because the premise of Free Guy is like it's an NPC that's like doesn't realize he's in a video game, and then slowly starts to realize. So it's very much like the Lego Movie, like the guy, and I don't remember what his name was, but like didn't realize that he was a part of like a children's playset, and there was like this whole thing like. An elf like being like very naive about the world. I'm like, oh, this is the world's greatest cup of coffee, congratulations. Like it was like that. It was silly, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. And then Carla and I went to see The Night House last night, which is a horror movie that I really enjoyed. I thought it was really good, but Carla was like, I don't know. So 2 mixed reviews. I thought it was really, really well done. I gave it a 4 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Have we vetted Carla's taste in movies? Like, is she
Is Carla
reliable
reliable?
source?
For the most part, I feel like me and Carla usually have good taste in movies, or like similar taste in movies, I should say. I mean, good taste to me is if it's my taste, then it's good taste. But yeah, Carla
Wow,
usually
that was
has
incredible.
similar taste in movies. So this was a rare disagreement, I guess, but I liked it a lot. And then we have tickets to see Candyman on Thursday, which is the new Jordan Peele movie, which looks fantastic. We also booked tickets to see Shang-Chi the next Thursday, opening night. You should do that as well if you haven't already. But super excited for that. And then
I do need to do that.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be a real hard time getting tickets.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble at all in the middle of nowhere, New Jersey. Are there even any Dolby movie theaters around there? Like,
You can kiss my ass.
I'm genuinely asking, are there any Dolby theaters in New Jersey?
Middle of nowhere, New Jersey.
Correct. I can say that because I also lived there for the majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I'm
Right.
right.
As previously
Right.
stated, kiss my ass.
Anyways.
I will look. Yes, we do have a Dolby theater. We have multiple Dolby theaters.
Ooh, which ones?
And I don't have to climb up 11,000 flights of stairs to get to it, for the record.
11,000 stairs? What stairs did you climb? What?
You have to climb stairs.
Where?
At all your movie theaters.
What do you... I mean, sometimes.
Don't tell me sometimes,
They
asshole.
usually have
Yes, you do.
escalators. They usually have escalators. Like...
Wait, hold on.
What are you
Why does,
talking about?
Rita, why does IMAX in New Brunswick have, it says IMAX with laser?
Oh, that's fancy. So, the laser IMAX is like actual IMAX, and it's usually better. Like the
So they have
projectors are
IMAX
fancier.
with laser and they have Dolby.
Oh, I forgot. New Brunswick got a Dolby theater. Yes.
Jonathan Dolbert.
Yes, the laser projectors are like more HDR, basically. They're fancier. They're like more they're closer to, like, the difference between IMAX with laser and Dolby is very slim. It's mainly the Dolby Atmos audio that makes Dolby Cinema what it is.
Yeah. I don't understand why we still have Real D 3D, but that's not my business, I guess.
I don't know. They make nice posters. Like, there's an exclusive Shang-Chi poster that's like done by Real D 3D. I'm like, great. Who's watching this movie in 3D? Why?
Literally. I cannot think of going to a movie being like, I need to go see it in 3D anymore. Like, that phase is...
absolutely not. I hated those glasses. Like, having, like, you tilt your head a little bit to the left and it's like, oh, you can't see anymore. Sucks. I'm like, okay, thanks. IMAX 3D is good though, because their glasses, like, you can tilt and they don't lose the effect. Anyways, besides movies, I did play a few games. Obviously, I played the WarioWare demo. I played the hell out of it, which means I played it for 2 hours. It's a very short demo. You get like only a limited amount of little macro games you can play before you're like, all right, I'm done. But it was very fun. I'm very much looking forward to that game. And then I tried this game called Recompile, which is on Game Pass, and it is a like third-person platformer shooter hybrid kind of thing. I don't know. You're like a programmer. You're trying to install yourself on a computer. It's a very interesting concept. I don't know if I'll continue playing that, but I was like, oh, this is interesting, I guess. And then I played and beat 12 Minutes over the weekend, which was a trip. It's the game that I guess everyone was really hyped for because it's featuring the voice cast of James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. And it's like you're stuck in a time loop or whatever. But the ending got insane. Like, I overall enjoyed it, but it was dark. It was wild. I don't know. I would recommend, if you're
I'm
interested.
not going to say who spoiled it for me, but someone spoiled it for me.
Someone spoiled it for you. Was it Nuge?
Yes.
Oh no, what did he say? Did he spoil it in the chat?
Yeah, and then he erased it.
Wow. You hate to see it. Well, I'm
Not saying I
sorry.
hate Nuge, but... Okay, Cooper has returned now that I'm done eating that pizza. That pizza was, by and large, the greatest pizza I've ever had.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was gonna say, because I feel like there would be something that like Lauren would be interested in watching, because it feels like an episode of like Criminal Minds or something. Like, it was messed up. And like, I wouldn't even recommend playing it. I would recommend just watching a Let's Play of it, like that someone beats it
really?
within an hour. Because like, I don't like playing through it wasn't.
Oh, you can beat
super
it within an
satisfying.
hour? Really?
If you know exactly what to do, yeah, you can beat it very quickly within like 9 loops, and each loop is like less than 5 minutes, basically. So you can beat it under an hour if you know exactly what to do. But like, you'll miss out on like some voice lines and things like interactions or whatever, but like you can beat it pretty quickly if you know what you're doing. But like playing through it, unless you really love like puzzle solving, it can get a little frustrating. I actually had to look up a walkthrough a few times just to figure out what to do next, because I thought I exhausted every option. It's like, well, if you do this and turn around 3 times, then something else happens. I'm like, how would I have known that? I don't know. So
Anyway,
but it was
I hate
interesting.
those games that like make you like, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm being attacked. That literally make you like go through and walk in circles until you figure out what you're doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
It's like a point and click
You're
kind
lucky
of
I
like.
booted up the game, let alone installed it.
Yes, it's very much like
Bud. We're not
like
doing this.
a puzzle puzzle mystery something or other. Like it's a point and click, one of those kinds of games, and you like figure out what's going on. But
Right.
yeah, it was interesting. But I would recommend, if you wanted to find out the story, just watch a Let's Play. I wouldn't recommend playing it necessarily, unless you like that kind of thing.
No, I've got plenty to play.
Right. And then I've just been like 100%ing Hades essentially. Like I have 3 more prophecies left to go in that game. I am like, I want more. I'm like, yo, when's the DLC coming out? Like, give me more stuff
DLC?
to do. I don't think there is a DLC, but I'm like, can there be a DLC? Like, I want more. But I think at this point, like, once I've like officially beat it, and have nothing else to do, essentially, I'm gonna just move on to the other Supergiant games like Transistor and Pyre and Bastion.
So I didn't realize that Pyre was out on consoles as well.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw it on sale the other day on
Pyre's the like
PS5 for PS4.
It's like the 3v3 like basketball one or whatever, right?
I honestly don't know.
One of them is like a weird like basketball kind of game, but it's like not. I don't know.
It's probably Pyre then, because yeah, it's not Transistor or Bastion. Transistor or Bastion.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We're really trying to get comfortable here and failing.
He wants to play. If you're listening to this,
No, he's literally gonna like just chill.
he's just standing there. If you're listening to this on audio version, you really should watch us live or watch the YouTube rerun, because you're missing some excellent dog content.
Yeah, there's some good dog content here.
He looks so he's like so stressed about like what to do. He's like, should I stand? Should I sit? Should I crouch?
He said, should I stay or should I go?
He's ridiculous. All right.
Is.
Anyways, I think that's it for what we've done. Shall we move into the first hot top, aka you guys did a group watch of it on your stream last night, but
Yes.
the
Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man.
The new Pokemon. Oh, wonderful. You hate to see it. So I'm not going to be able to hear shit. Hold on. Thank you, Cooper, for all that you've done on this podcast.
He unplugged Paul's headphones?
Hold
on. No.
He literally... Okay, hold on. Hold up.
Holding.
Is this thing on? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
So the new... Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you loud and clear. Okay, he's laying on the ground. I guess he likes the ground better than my lap, so that's fine. So last night I streamed the new Pokemon card set comes out on Friday, and for whatever reason, like my booster box got sent early, and it was shipped out early, and it actually arrived on Monday.
Oh,
so
wow.
that was kind of cool. So I was like, damn, I gotta, like, if I have it this early, like, I gotta stream it. So even though I was like exhausted, I'm like, I gotta jump on stream and rip this booster box. And I got some really good cards, and it was really exciting because, like, you know, the set is still super new. Anyway, as I'm streaming, I'm like going through, and I always have my phone perched up on my little stand here, and let me move this up. Actually, you might be able to see Cooper in the... Yeah, you might be able to see him lurking, so you can keep watching. And I saw that Wario64 tweeted that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer was released, and I was like, hold up, everyone, we need to group watch this right now. Because, as most of you know, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer has been like, I don't know. People have lost their minds looking for this trailer, and they're like, there's rumor that there was going to be no trailer up until the movie launched, and like it was all these ridiculous things were coming out. And Kevin Feige was like, listen, guys, relax. We're going to release the trailer. Just relax. And sure enough, it came out. And if you haven't watched it, you don't want to be spoiled for a trailer, I guess, then, you know, I don't know, don't listen. But it was
I know
pretty
someone
crazy.
in this chat, Carla, hasn't watched it, so Carla, cover your ears for like...
Carla, how have you not watched it? It's
she doesn't want
trailer.
to. She like is purposefully avoiding it.
All right, Carla, turn off the audio. I'll message in the chat when we're done talking about it.
Perfect.
You've been warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Okay.
I was trying to do the counting with my fingers and I messed that up so bad. I was like, 5. Wait. Three, there we go.
But yeah, so it was. I thought it was really good. I'm super excited for the movie. It's really cool how they set up. It's really cool how they set up how Doctor Strange comes into play.
Yes.
And it's ruining his life that everybody knows he's Spider-Man now, so he wants to pretty much rewind time, which opens up into the multiverse. Obviously, we know the events of the multiverse are happening in other series, right? That have kind of divulged into that, and then that plays right into the end when you've got Doc Ock and Green Goblin, and we've seen all those leaks and stuff like that, right? So probably the worst kept secrets in cinema. But so I don't know. It looks super hype. I'm excited. Really excited to see it after Eternals. So it's Shang-Chi in September, Eternals November, and Spider-Man in December.
There's going to be a packed month or season. Month?
Yeah.
Season, 4 months. Q4. A packed Q4.
It'll be really exciting. So I haven't watched any of What If yet. I still have to watch all 3 episodes or whatever, 2 episodes.
I keep forgetting that show exists. I have to watch it. There's 2 episodes out, and then another one comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, another one comes out tomorrow. Yeah, I haven't watched it. Like, I'm sure it's good, but I guess because it's not so. Even though it's canon, it's not so deep in the lore of what's going on with everything, the events of Loki, WandaVision, Falcon the Winter Soldier and everything. I just haven't been I'm excited. I'm excited, but I have to find the time.
I think that's my same reason that I keep forgetting that I need to watch it, because it's not super pressing. It's not it's not some major plot advancing.
You're not going to go on Twitter. Yeah, you're not going to go on Twitter and be spoiled from it, right? It's okay, if someone's Captain Carter did this, okay, I'm whatever.
Yeah. Also, hold on, let me notify Carla that she's good. Good now.
I just told her.
Oh, perfect. But yeah, I have to watch that. I keep forgetting that it's out. Maybe I'll watch it tonight when I eat dinner.
I'm pretty sure they're not even long episodes. I'm pretty sure they're probably 30-minute episodes.
I think they're 20, 30 minutes. And it's anthology, so you can watch them in any order, I think. I assume.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely need to watch that.
Oh yeah, they're standalone episodes, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Yes, because everyone's a different story. But yeah. Cool. All right, let's jump into the rest of the hot news entertainment, which we got quite a few things actually, and one that's going to take a while. So Venom 2. Let me see this goddamn movie. There's rumors, apparently. This one comes from IGN. According to Vulture, there are several inside sources that have revealed that the much-delayed, highly anticipated Venom sequel will leave 2021 entirely, even as studios wrestle with putting movies exclusively in theaters. Vulture says that this is likely, but given the uncertainties around COVID-19, things are still up in the air. Sony has not made any official confirmation, and the report indicates that the company will wait until after the annual CinemaCon exhibition, which is where the Spider-Man trailer is released, before making an announcement, if any. If the delay does happen, then Venom's 2022 January release date is currently occupied by the Jared Leto movie Morbius, which will likely shift dates once Venom moves into its spot. Please.
I don't even know what to say about this. I think I don't know. I feel a couple ways about this, as you can tell by my stutter. If you remember with Tenet, right? What's his face? What's his name? The director.
Oh my God, Nolan, Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. My head went to Michael Spielberg. I'm wait a second. No,
Michael Spielberg?
And Michael Bay. And I'm no, his name is not Michael Spielberg. His name was Michael Spielberg.
The greatest mashup of the century.
Literally. So yeah, I think that we're gonna start seeing movies that get delayed. Okay, now Cooper wants to come back up. We're gonna start seeing movies that get delayed again. That for movies that people or companies feel as though need to be seen in theaters.
Yeah, and I think it's also they're afraid of doing poorly at the box office, like the Suicide Squad, because the Suicide Squad is super well received, but it made like barely anything at the box office. So I think they want to avoid a similar fate. I guess we'll see what happens with Shang-Chi. Like maybe they're waiting to see, because Shang-Chi will be one of the first releases that isn't like major tentpole releases that isn't also being released on streaming in some form.
Right.
So maybe they're gonna wait to see like how that performs. But I mean, not to be what the depression cast again, but you know, I was just reading something this morning. And it's like Israel, despite being, you know, having over 80% of its population vaccinated, is still getting like tens of thousands of cases a day. And
you know, like, Ahmed, I saw that trending on Twitter, and I chose not to look at it.
I'm sorry.
And here you are.
I'm sorry.
I mean, so what happened?
But
So they just have a high vaccination rate and nothing's changing?
they have a high vaccination rate, but they're like they almost broke their daily record for cases, like for the entire pandemic. So it's like, is that all just the people that are unvaccinated? Like the story didn't specify, so I was wondering if I was just being like clickbaited and it's just like to scare you, but like they didn't specify if the tens of thousands of people that are infected are unvaccinated or not. But like at this point, it feels like everything's up in the air. Like maybe the vaccine's effectiveness are starting to wane, and we do need booster shots. That was the end of the article. Was that Israel's now like they're going to start giving booster shots to anyone who's over the age of 30, start like first and foremost, and then from there on we'll see. So I mean, we're definitely gonna need booster shots, but I don't know when that's gonna happen or what that looks like, because I don't think we're gonna get into lockdowns again. But I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe, who knows? Anything can happen.
Right.
So
I'm trying to get you up here. You want to go back down? He said he wants to play other sports only. Yeah. Look. I mean, the bottom line is, right. It's just that we just don't know what's going to happen, and yeah, that in all reality, that is depressing, and
yeah,
it is scary, and it is I don't know. It's selfishly we sit here and talk about delays of games and movies and stuff like that, but I mean, in all reality, not to be like really dark, but people are kind of just trying to stay alive, right? Like,
yeah,
and it's sad. So
yes,
I guess as much as we joke about wanting to see a movie or wanting to play a video game that's delayed for one reason or another, it's it's one of those things where take the time that you need, and we'll get it when we get it.
exactly. Like, I mean, no one's gonna die if we don't see Venom 2 this year, or any of the other delayed games and movies and whatnot that we always talk about. But
right. It's going to be what it's going to be. There's nothing
yeah.
we can do to stop that. It's not like people are voluntarily, like staying home and not working as hard as they should be.
Yep. So we shall see. But yeah, nothing official yet. But this is kind of highly rumored. And I think once Vulture and like that kind of outlet reports on something like this, it usually means it's going to be the case. Because I don't think that they would report on it if it was not a reliable source.
Yeah, so I think
not
that
like
this is
or whatever.
Sorry, Cooper was eating a bug, and I thought he had something in his mouth, and I went, and it was a bug.
He's doing the Lord's work.
He was, and then it was in my hand, and I screeched and threw it. But good thing I was on mute. Y'all didn't hear. So it's literally this house has become a sitcom. So it's yeah. I think that this is going to happen. And I think that we're just going to unfortunately see it to continue to happen. And I don't know, like it sucks, but it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. So we'll see what happens. And, hopefully the movie is good. And, for all we know, some of these corporations could be looking for reasons to delay it, right? And like this works out well. I don't know.
Yes, hopefully. We shall see. I just really hope that Shang-Chi isn't like a disaster at the box office because it's only available for...
I think if it does, I think
for
Disney will be, I think Disney and Marvel will kind of get in front of it and put it as Premier Access or something, if things get bad. And I know like there's a lot of, I think that there's a lot of debacle, with Black Widow and everything, but I think in all reality, and I know maybe people don't like to hear this, but if it's going to save the movie, like take the route of Premier Access, because the bottom line is, people are going back to the theaters, but you still, still have to wear a mask in the theater, right?
No, only it's like it's currently a suggestion.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
I mean, I wear mine, and then like once I'm in my seat and there's no one around me, basically, I'll take it off just to breathe. But
right.
Like if I'm in a super crowded theater, I'll keep it on. But that hasn't really happened. Like all the 3 movies that I've seen the past few days have been like me and maybe 5 other people in the entire theater. So
right,
it was fine.
Well, it's funny because I just checked like Shang-Chi on opening night in I think it was in Dolby or IMAX, and like there's a lot of seats taken up. Like for a movie that's coming out in what, a week or two. Like, that's pretty much what I would expect on a normal...
Yeah, for our Shang-Chi booking, it's pretty packed. Same thing for Candyman, actually. So we'll definitely be sitting next to people, and it is what it is, I guess.
Fingers crossed that things get better. That's all we can say.
Fingers crossed, indeed. Get your vaccine if you haven't already. Do you want to take this next one?
Sure. I don't know who Ironheart is, but I'll go through it. So
I can take
Ironheart,
it if you want. It's fine.
Yeah, I can go through the next 2.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Ironheart is going to debut actually in Black Panther 2. This one comes by way of Variety. Dominique Thorne, who will star as the superhero Ironheart in her own Disney Plus series, will make her Marvel Cinematic Universe debut in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever next year. Variety has confirmed. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige first revealed the news in an interview with comicbook.com while speaking about the upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings film. We're shooting Black Panther: Wakanda Forever right now, and the character of Riri Williams, who is Ironheart, you will meet in Black Panther 2 first. She started shooting, I think, this week before her Ironheart series. So Ironheart, for those unaware, like Paul, aka Riri Williams, was introduced in the Marvel Comics in 2016 as a 15-year-old MIT student who reverse engineers Iron Man's armor in order to create her own suit of armor. With the support of Iron Man, Riri takes on the name Ironheart and becomes a superhero. So this show was announced like way back when they announced She-Hulk and Moon Knight, I think. Yeah, Moon Knight. And
they really announced like everything, and they were like, "Hey, there's all these shows coming." I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Have fun watching them in 2026. Yeah,
right.
But so cool. I'm excited for this. That should be premiering in Black Panther 2. I think it's interesting because like Wakanda obviously has its own like Shuri as the main scientist, and everyone kind of thought, or at least I kind of thought, that Shuri would take the place of Iron Man in terms of like the MCU's like master scientist. But now with Ironheart, you got two of them. So, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, I think Ironheart would. Well, I guess that like Riri Williams will take the spot of that, and then Shuri maybe takes the helm of Wakanda.
Maybe
Wakandan royalty. I don't know. There's been a lot of. I don't know. I've seen a lot of articles that are like, "Oh, it's not going to be Shuri," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess you do you." I don't know if I believe that, but okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Now that I know who Ironheart is, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yes.
So, all right. You know what else I'm excited about? Captain America 4. It's happening. So for those of you that may not have seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, cover your ears for about 30 seconds. Here we go. Cover them. Okay. So Sam Wilson has completed the deal to star in Captain America 4. So this comes from Deadline. Anthony Mackie has closed the deal to carry the shield in his first superhero picture in Captain America 4, sources said. Kevin Feige's Marvel Studios keeps its details well under wraps, and it isn't clear whether the movie will involve Sebastian Stan, who starred with Mackie in the well-received Marvel Studios Disney Plus limited series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, super exciting. We all but knew that this was happening after the finale happened.
Yes.
They immediately announced Captain America 4 was happening, and Sam Wilson donned the shield in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that was about pretty much his journey to becoming the new Captain America.
Yes, super exciting. Yeah, we definitely knew it was happening, but it's nice to kind of hear that it's confirmed that he actually penned the deal and everything, and that it's. I'm surprised that the deal wasn't already penned before Falcon Winter Soldier, but very exciting indeed.
Honestly, it probably may have happened a while ago. We just hear about it now. It just officially happens because contracts like that need to go through a lot of nonsense.
Yes.
So. Speaking of nonsense, let's go. We've got Disney Parks information for y'all. So, we have got new details about Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus. So, you all know that we are big Disney World, Disneyland nerds out here. So,
yes.
Let's go into the new service here. This is a huge one, a huge shakeup to the FastPass system. So, for those of you that are not familiar, in Disney World down in Florida, there is an option called FastPass Plus. Well, previously called FastPass Plus. Carla, these alien emojis dancing is sending me to another dimension.
I love them.
So they had FastPass Plus, where you could 60 days in advance book a FastPass for your upcoming trip. You could book them for all of the rides, with the exception of any rides that took advantage of the virtual boarding queue, which was typically Rise of the Resistance, and that's it. So they're trialing other rides as well with that feature, where literally you got into the park opened officially, you hit a button and tried to get through into a virtual queue.
Yeah, they're going to do that with Ratatouille.
Yes. That's why my brain started to collapse a little bit. I knew there was another ride. Okay, so there's that. Then in Disneyland, you were able to get paper fast passes, or you can pay $10 a day per person and use something called Max Pass. And what that lets you do is book your fast passes on your phone without running over to the ride, inserting your ticket, getting a paper ticket, and so on. And that was actually a very effective way to get through Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. in a pretty short time span for some of the rides that are highly sought after. So all that is no longer. Now we have Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus. Disney Genie was previously announced at D23, I believe, maybe 2 years ago in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn, my memory, I don't remember the stuff I need to, but the stuff I don't need to, it's all here. So you get itinerary updates. It's pretty much like an app. You get itinerary updates from morning to night. You find all your favorite stuff, and it kind of makes like a plan for you. And it's like, oh, hey, wait times are low at this ride. Why don't you go do this? And it's like it's pretty much their marketing, like their AI essentially.
I think it's
help your trip.
Yeah, it's essentially going to be from what was announced now. It sounds like it's going to be a replacement for both the My Disney Experience and the Disneyland app. But like it's going to be just one Disney Genie that contains everything. Because there's this little graphic. I don't know if you're looking at it, but I posted it in our little thing. But so the complimentary service of just Disney Genie basically seems like it has attraction status, show times, dining availability, standby wait times, mobile ordering, restaurant wait lists, check-ins, virtual assistant, all that fun stuff. So it seems like a replacement for the My Disney Experience.
It is. And there's something here. Hold up. A new complimentary experience. Oh my gosh, show me. Coming this fall to the My Disney Experience and Disneyland apps. No, it's going to be in addition to them.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be within the app then. Got it.
Yeah, okay. It'll be within the app. So, and then like the juicy part of all of this, right? So there's two options for enjoying the theme park. So,
for skipping the lines, basically. What?
Yeah, I didn't understand this before. Even more, and this comes from Disney Parks blog, by the way. For even more convenience and flexibility, there are two other options for enjoying our theme parks through a queue we're introducing called the Lightning Lane entrance that also saves you time in line. And then, so Disney Genie Plus service available for purchase for the price of $15 per ticket per day at the Walt Disney World Resort and $20 per ticket per day at the Disneyland Resort. Cooper's finally falling asleep. It's a miracle. No, he's not. Never mind, he's playing with the ball. Choose the next available time to arrive at a variety of attractions and experience using the Lightning Lane entrance. You can make one selection at a time throughout the day, from classics like Haunted Mansion to the thrill rides like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and newer favorites like Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, attractions subject to limited availability, which is par for the course because they only have so many Fast Pass to think about.
Yeah.
This convenient option is the next evolution of the fan favorite Disney Max Pass service from Disneyland Resort. Disney Genie Plus will also include Disney Parks themed audio experiences and photo features to capture your memories, augmented reality lenses for those Disney Walt Disney Resort, and unlimited Disney PhotoPass downloads for your day if you're visiting Disneyland Resort, which is the same thing as Max Pass.
Yeah.
Individual attraction selection is the other option available for purchase. Schedule a time to arrive at up to 2 highly demanded attractions each day using the Lightning Lane entrance, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Magic Kingdom Park and Radiator Springs Racers at Disney California Adventure Park. Subject to limited availability, attractions not included with Disney Plus, with Disney Genie Plus. Pricing for this option will vary by date, attraction, and park, and will be announced closer to launch. Lightning Lane selection will be made on the same day of your visit and can be used across multiple theme parks. Great for those who love the park hopper option. Attractions continue to offer a traditional standby queue or a virtual queue at certain attractions like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance to maximize flexibility. While the Fast Pass Plus, and Disney Max Pass services will be retired, we're incredibly excited about the flexibility and choices that Disney Genie service provides. You can choose from all of our new options, a mix of them or none at all, and continue to have a great experience no matter how you decide to plan your best Disney day. That's bullshit, because if it's going to work like Fast Passes always provide an imbalance to the lines because just of how it's worked, right? Yeah. So I don't know if I believe all that, because it's great for them. Yeah. Because there's no more free options. So people are just going to be like, you either wait in line or you purchase something.
Yeah. So it definitely is a downgrade from the existing previous services, because like you said, with Max Pass, you could still get paper Fast Passes if you wanted. The paying extra was just convenience, so you didn't have to run to a different, like, across the park to get a Fast Pass, essentially. So this is definitely a downgrade in terms of, like, now, essentially, if you want to ever get any, we keep saying Fast Pass, but now it's Lightning Lane. If you want to get any new Lightning Lane access to anything, you have to pay. The way I'm seeing it, it just means a ticket is $15 more, like the ticket price, or $20 more if you're at Disneyland. And overall, I think it's fine, but I'm also kind of annoyed at the tiering of rides now. So you have like all your regular rides that you can get, Lightning Lane things for with Genie Plus, but then if you ever want to ride Radiator Springs Racers, for example, or Seven Doors Mine Train, you either have to like rope drop and run to it at the beginning of the day, or you have to purchase unless you want to wait in like an hour or 2 hour line, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're finally at that point with Six Flags, right? Like, and that was one of the always the big things where it was like, oh well, Six Flags charges for the Flash Pass and
Yeah.
Disney doesn't. So, and now we're right at that point where they're both charging.
I mean, to be fair, this is leagues cheaper than even Universal's offering. Universal never had free fast passes at all, right? They never had anything, but it had a paid thing or have a paid thing. I believe it's called it's not called Fastlane. Fastlane Cedar Fair. I forgot what it's called, but similar offering. But you'd pay like $80 for the day or $100 for the day, depending on the day and depending on like crowd levels and whatnot. And they had like 2 tiers of it. Like there's a regular tier and there's like the plus tier that you needed to like get on like the high demand rides, like the Harry Potter rides or whatever, or like in this case now it would be Velocicoaster, the newest roller coaster. So that is, it's still cheaper than those parks, but then again, Disneyland in general is ridiculously expensive. It's like $200 for a 1-day pass. Like,
Well, that's my point, right? And then like the funny thing is, if you look into this article, it says individual attraction selections, pricing for the option will vary by date, attraction, and park. Cooper, you have big teeth.
Yeah, I assume it's going to hover around like 15 at most, or something like that.
You know, you say that, and I could totally see them charging like $20 or whatever. But could you imagine,
Maybe.
like, it's one thing if we're going to like the boardwalk ride, and you're not paying anything to be on the boardwalk, and
Yeah, but like you already
you're paying for the
paid
tickets, but you paid
so much to be in the park.
$150, and it's like, okay, well, why don't you, go through and lower your ticket prices? That's never going to happen. We're probably going to see tickets go up again further, and then on top of it all, we're in the middle of a pandemic where masks are required and everything. It's a compromised experience, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, not that the mask part is not even it, but not all the attractions are open, right? Like that's a detriment in of itself.
Yes, but I mean, so on the flip side, not to be all doom and gloom, like what's good about this is that you can finally be spontaneous in the parks again. You don't have to plan, 2 months in advance what exactly park you're going to be at on what day.
That.
Which is nice because now you can just wake up and be like, what am I going to do today? I don't know. Let me see what fast passes are available, and you can kind of like go with the flow as opposed to having like, oh, I planned this 2 months ago, so I have to go on this fast pass that I got for Toy Story Mania. Because otherwise I'm never going to ride it. And there's none left. So, like, that was always frustrating. Like, I don't know. You kind of got used to it over the years, and I'm sure, like, everyone will get used to this as it evolves or whatever. If it ever changes, I'm sure they'll, like, make edits as people complain or not complain about things. But, oh my God, Rita. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I think that this is, I'm mostly optimistic about this. I'm mostly happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I'm okay with it. Am I gonna miss the Fast Pass program? Yeah, I will. Right, like there was a certain thrill of giving all your tickets to one person and getting Fast Passes, and then going, and
like
that's even
fast
gone
passes.
now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like that's been gone except for Disneyland. So Cooper's really out for blood on my toes.
But I'm assuming that like the individual attractions available for purchase, like I'm surprised that Radiator Springs Racers is on there, just because it's not even like the newest ride at that park. Like, why wouldn't they have called out the Spider-Man ride, for example? Like, I don't know, maybe that's not as well received.
I'm pretty sure. Does that use a virtual queue?
It might actually. Now that you mention it. Okay, yeah. So the virtual queue rides are still going to be free and like just. You have to get a queue spot assigned for the foreseeable future.
Right.
But I don't like what other rides would be, I guess, individual. Well, Ratatouille is going to be virtual queue as well. So would like Test Track be like an individual? You'd have to buy something for Test Track?
Most likely.
Like that's annoying. I don't know.
Yeah, it is annoying.
Like after you ride it for free, you're not going to pay to ride it. And I'm not going to wait. Sure as I'm not going to wait an hour in line for it. So,
right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things shake out.
We'll see how it all pans out. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of smart people that work at Disney that plan all this stuff out.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be okay.
Yes.
There's a lot of critiquing for it.
Yeah. The other side of it that I didn't really imagine. I was like, oh, $15 a day. That's fine. Whatever. Like, that's not bad. But then my sister's like, so I have to pay $75 extra a day? Like, she's considering her whole family. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
right. Yeah, that is 100% true, right?
That is a little expensive, huh?
Right, it is expensive. So, and that's on top of paying whatever $600 or $800 that you're paying to get into the park.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things shake out. I'm mostly surprised at Disneyland being $20 a day, up from 10 for Max Pass. But I guess Disneyland's just always going to be super expensive to try to drive people out. Because they're like, park's too crowded, so let's jack up the prices instead of expanding the walkways. I don't know. I guess it's not possible. But
yeah, there's only so much room.
There's only so much room indeed. All right, let's switch gears into gaming now that we're 50 minutes into the episode. Because we always have so much to say about so many things.
Oh, this should be quick.
Yes.
Skyrim is coming to TI-84 Plus calculators.
Yes, if you haven't had enough Skyrim in your life, Skyrim 10th Anniversary Edition has been announced, because why not? This one comes from Engadget. Bethesda is releasing yet another version of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, this time to celebrate the popular title's 10th anniversary. The Anniversary Edition will be available on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, and will be backwards compatible with PS5. It'll drop on November 11th, exactly 10 years after the game was first released in 2011. The Anniversary Edition also contains the full game, all 3 expansions. It has enhancements that came out with the Special Edition that was remastered, which was the remaster that came out in 2016, and also features new mechanics completely, including a fishing mechanic, because I guess they saw Animal Crossing was like, we could do that too, as well as 500 pieces of Creation Club content, quests, dungeons, bosses, weapons, and spells unique to the version. It's interesting. I don't even know what Creation Club is, but I'm assuming it's like official modding.
Probably like the mod community. Yeah.
Very interesting stuff. But yeah, Skyrim 10th anniversary. If you're dying to play that game again.
No, I don't know. I don't know that anybody is, but I'm sure it'll still sell well. So
I'm sure it will. I mean, I liked Skyrim when I played it, but I also was like, okay, next.
Right.
One of my coworkers was like, I have thousands of hours in that game. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Good for you.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. People really loved Skyrim, and that's good for them. I don't know. I'm happy for them. Hopefully they enjoy the Anniversary Edition.
Right. Good for them. And then I'll just take this one real quick, and you can take the Xbox stuff, because that's much more exciting. So Gamescom is currently happening. It actually just started today with the Xbox stream, which Paul will talk about shortly. But there are a bunch of things happening this week. Unfortunately, we won't be able to co-stream the most exciting thing, which is opening night tomorrow night. Well, I say tomorrow night. Gamescom is based in Europe, so it's night for them, but it'll be morning for us. And we were actually invited to co-stream it, but we can't because it's literally going to be 2 p.m. like in the middle of the day. We have work, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess. I just should not say unfortunately. We have work, so we won't be able to co-stream it. But there should be a bunch of other, like, it's kind of a mini E3 or European E3 essentially. So there should be a bunch of other announcements and whatnot that we will absolutely share in Discord. Maybe we'll live tweet. We'll see. We'll see how busy I am tomorrow, or how busy you are, or both of us. But yeah, so the schedule is, we got day 1 is tomorrow and the opening night. Day 2 is Thursday, day 3 is Friday, and that wraps up on Friday. So it's all throughout the week. So I'm sure we'll get a bunch of news, and of course we'll cover it in our next episode. So Xbox's little stream did happen earlier today. You want to take us through the exciting announcements?
Yeah, so they had their Gamescom conference today, and I didn't watch it, but I caught the highlights like on Twitter and stuff. So it's I don't know. There was some big stuff. There was some like okay stuff. Let's jump right into it. So this one comes from The Verge, that goes through the biggest announcements and trailers from Xbox at Gamescom. So perhaps the biggest announcement is xCloud is coming to Xbox consoles this holiday. So xCloud, the cloud-based gaming service, is coming to not only Xbox Series X and S this holiday, but also on Xbox One. So what'll happen is like that'll allow people to stream Game Pass titles before they've even downloaded them, but it'll also allow the Xbox One to play next-gen, so to speak, games through the power of the cloud as well. So that's pretty exciting. It'll be cool to see how that actually works once it comes time for execution, which will happen this fall. Yeah. This holiday, technically. Forza Horizon 5 adds some slick cars, which includes the 2021 Bronco Badlands and the Mercedes AMG 1. And it'll also get this really neat-looking controller, which Ahmed was like, it's a beautiful controller, and then the whole internet's like, it looks like piss. So it's like, It does look really nice. It's like a yellow translucent controller with like splattering of like all these different colors on it. It looks really nice.
Except for
So
once someone said it looks like piss, I'm like, okay, I don't want it anymore. Damn, like what the hell?
yeah, it's like I can't have nice things.
Ugh,
So no, it does look nice. So and even The Verge calls it a sick translucent controller.
they're right.
So what else? Game Pass is getting another flood of new titles. So they are going to be adding the Humble Bundle a slate of indies from Humble Bundle Game Studio, Humble Games. I don't recognize any of these games, so go off to those those of you that may. But I don't recognize any of them. So that's exciting though. They're all coming to Game Pass on day one. So that is pretty cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you want to list them out real quick? I have them in front of me.
oh, do you? Yeah, you could.
Yeah. So obviously there's Age of Empires 4. So these aren't the Humble Bundle ones. Age of Empires 4, Into the Pit, Crusader Kings 3, Psychonauts 2 actually comes out today, and the Gunk today, right? Yeah, today. And the Gunk are all coming to Game Pass, which I believe we actually mentioned last episode. But then the Humble indie games are Archvale, Next Space Rebels, Midnight Fight Express, Dodgeball Academia, Bushiden, Flynn, Son of Crimson, Unpacking, Signalis, Unsighted, and Chinatown Detective Agency. I, like you, have not heard of any of these.
Yeah.
I don't really keep up with Humble bundles anymore because I feel like at one point I just bought too many. I'm like, this is too many games. I can't do this. But
Yeah. So this is
maybe I'll try them.
interesting. Yes. I doubt you will, but okay.
I will.
I don't know, like, whenever, no offense to Humble Bundle games or whatever, but they've made some really cool games, I think. Like, I think that A Hat in Time, they had some, something to do with that game. I don't know if they actually, like, helped develop it or they just published it.
I think they just publish. I don't think they develop.
Yeah. I don't know what any of these games are, but I'd imagine they're going to be very indie-like where they're
Yeah.
going to be not too long, but, like, not too short,
Yeah.
but very, very niche.
I mean, they're worth a shot if they're free on Game Pass. Why not?
Yeah, there's a lot of games that are worth a shot that are free on Game Pass. I can't find time for them. So, yes, I'm sure I'll find a game for possible garbage. But, no, I'm sure they're great games. I got to look them up. I truly have not heard of them.
Yes.
But, yes. So, okay. What else? We got a closer look at Dying Light 2, which actually looks really cool. Dying Light 1 was a lot of fun that I just couldn't get past because I was too scared of it. Flight Simulator is getting plenty of updates. So there's a new racing mode, some historic planes, a world update covering Germany, Switzerland, and Austria, and even the addition of electric air taxis that'll pave the way for helicopters in a future update. So that's pretty cool. Once again, another game that I've not played.
Air taxis. That sounds wild.
Yeah.
Fly above the traffic.
Wild. Literally. So we got another look at Age of Empires 4, a more granular look at the trebuchet. That comes out on October 28th to PC, which is coming through Game Pass. We are getting a new action RPG called Stray Blade. That's coming out in 2022, and it's described as a brutal action RPG with intense combat and adventurous exploration.
That's such a vague, like, you could say that about any game.
Right.
Like, okay.
You really could. You really could. And that's coming out in 2022. And then PC strategy game Crusader Kings 3 is making its way to consoles with a port for the Xbox Series X and S. And Microsoft says that the UI has been customized to work with the Xbox wireless controller, including the addition of radial menus, ensuring that none of the depth and detail of the Crusader Kings 3 experience has been lost in translation. And it'll be available through Game Pass when it launches. Release date should be announced soon, and the developer Paradox is coming to PS5 as well. And if memory serves me right, this game got very good reviews. Like, it got a 10 on IGN, I believe.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I don't keep up with strategy games that much, so.
I just remember I remember Logan being like, "Oh, look, this game's coming to Game Pass, and it's a 10 on PC or whatever." I'll double check that I'm not lying to y'all. Cooper is finally laying on my arm here, and
he is snoozing. I love him.
He literally grabbed my toe and pulled on it to like pull it across the room like his toy, and I was like, "No, sir, we're not doing that."
Absolutely not.
Oh my God, I thought my toe was gonna die.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it got a 10 on IGN, masterpiece.
When did it come out?
August 31st, 2020.
Oh, okay, so it's recent.
Well, that's when IGN reviewed it. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine it was sometime around then.
About a year ago.
So
Cool.
I mean, overall, a lot of big announcements, right? I think that the Humble Bundle announcement, the controller and Forza updates for Forza Horizon 5, and the xCloud coming to not only Xbox One, oh excuse me, not only Xbox Series X and S, but also Xbox One,
That one's big.
will be pretty cool. Yeah, and that's how it's interesting because I think that's how Microsoft will bring Xbox One into the new generation, which would be pretty cool, and continue to sell more Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions.
Yes, it is. Now we're officially kind of in PlayStation Now competing territory once that's on console, because now I mean, it beats out PlayStation Now automatically because you get launch games day and date on. Usually they come to cloud as well. I
Right.
believe that they're just installs. So that's big, and then you also can get it on Xbox One. Whereas PlayStation Now is more so kind of like for legacy games. Like very rarely are there new games coming to PlayStation Now, which is also a subscription service, and it doesn't include PlayStation Plus, and it's a whole different thing. So I think Sony might have to rethink their strategy a little bit because this is huge.
Right.
But very exciting stuff. Speaking of Sony,
I agree.
our last little news item of the day before we end the episode. Epic apparently has offered in the past, I should say, Sony $200 million to get their first party titles on PC. So this one comes from our IGN. Obviously, since last year, we've talked about this, forever. But Epic Games is in a legal battle with Apple, and when the case is argued in May, a lot of information came out during the trial, including Epic offering Sony millions of dollars to get first-party PlayStation games on a PC. According to the 222-page confidential document shared during the trial, the Fortnite developer offered Sony $200 million to get Sony to put at least 4 games on PC. The document notes Epic was waiting for a response from Sony, and that the offer was $200 million for 4 to 6 titles. Unfortunately, there is not much more information about what the deal between Epic and Sony consisted of, and whether or not an exclusivity deal was mentioned to have these PC ports only available on the Epic Games Store. But obviously, it's good to note that PC versions of Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn, which are both first-party titles, were released on Epic's digital storefront. Epic's digital storefront in addition to its competitor Steam. So they're available on both. So we don't know if the deal actually kind of went through, or if this is part of the deal at all, or if they were maybe already developing for PC. But $200 million for 46 games, Epic really just be shitting money, huh?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
just
crap.
throwing money around like they do not even care. I mean, they have so much money from Fortnite, it's
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, but then you also think about, well, now I'm thinking about it, like I remember hearing Stadia paying like 50 million for some games to be on Stadia. So it's not unheard of to pay that amount of money to get games on your platform, but like that's wild. That's a wild offer.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, well, the whole thing with Stadia, they got no return on investment there because nobody bought into Stadia.
True.
So it's
Yeah. Stadia, I remember being so excited for that. I was like, wow, this is the future, and then it still didn't pan out.
you were really shaken up by that. You were like, wow, this is gonna be amazing.
It's fine. Xbox will do it better, realistically, when it comes to like cloud streaming, because it's already on the console. Like,
Right. I
you
mean,
got your target
well,
audience. It's right there.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So.
I think that they're doing a lot of different things with cloud streaming. Like they're making existing games look better on older hardware, which you're leveraging like the power of the cloud, literally,
Yeah.
to make a system from I don't even know how many years ago look like it's something that is from this year.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool to see how that all pans out. But we shall see. Right now, like mobile and playing xCloud games on PC and other systems is neat, and then we'll see that tie into the whole dongle and stuff like that. So it'll be super cool.
Yes.
I am excited.
Very cool stuff. But yeah. All right. I think that is about it for us with Funcast episode 124. Cooper said it's time to go to sleep, and Paul said I agree. I can see it in your
Cooper
eyes.
is really, yeah, he is sleeping. Finally,
He sure
he's
is
in like
sleeping.
crazy mode before. He's like, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, okay.
He's so
my
funny.
gosh.
Ah, to be a puppy, no cares in the world, just
Oh my
sleeping,
gosh.
playing, eating. I love that. All right. Well, I think we'll end the audio recording. This has been Paul and Ahmed with the Funcast, signing off.
Peace.